Feeding lobsters is way more intense than you'd ever imagine. It's not just tossing in pellets and calling it a day. Lobster farmers go full-on seafood buffet mode. They prep hefty bags loaded with goodies like fish, snails, clams, mussels, even tiny crabs. Then hop onto their boat, heading out to the sea cages. But wait, before serving up the next seafood feast, there's cleanup duty to handle. Lobsters aren't exactly tidy eaters, so farmers have to clear out the leftovers from the previous meal. That means diving down and using their hands to scoop out and brush away the scattered shells of snails, clams, and other bits still hanging around in the cage. It's like underwater housekeeping. And while they're at it, farmers also take the time to check on the lobsters, observing their health, behavior, and making sure everything's okay. Once the cage is all clean and tidy, it's mealtime again. The farmers scatter those bags full of all kinds of tasty treats, and the hungry lobsters don't waste a second. They swarm in like little underwater beasts and dig in. Watching them eat is wild. They grab food with their powerful claws, crack it open, and munch away with surprising precision. It's like a crustacean buffet down there, messy, fierce, and oddly satisfying to witness. While the lobsters are busy feasting, the farmers check for any sick or dead lobsters and quickly remove them to prevent the rest of the gang from getting infected. Then they gather the unfortunate ones and release them into the ocean. Out there, fish and other creatures gladly accept the offering. Nothing goes to waste in this underwater ecosystem. Harvest day finally arrives. Lobsters are usually harvested once they've reached market size, typically around 0.3 to 0.5 kilograms each, depending on the target market. There are two main ways to do it. One, the farmers dive down with mesh bags, swimming through the sea like underwater treasure hunters, hand-picking the lobsters one by one. Or two, they haul the entire cage up onto the boat, hop inside, and gather the lobsters directly. Either way, it's a mix of hard work and excitement. Because hey, it's payday for all that underwater babysitting. When the lobsters finally make it back to shore, the work's still not over for our hard-working fishers. They've got to sort the lobsters by size and even by gender, carefully placing them into separate baskets. Then comes the weighing, super precise, because every kilo counts. Once that's done, they tie up the baskets securely with ropes and gently lower them into seawater tanks. Why? To keep the lobsters alive and kickin' all the way to the buyer. The most commonly farmed species are the ornate spiny lobster, scalloped spiny lobster, and sometimes painted spiny lobster. Different sizes, colors, growth rates, but all delicious and ready for their spotlight on the seafood stage. Ah, lobster, the superstar of the seafood world. You can grill it for that smoky, buttery flavor, steam it to keep all the sweet meat juicy and tender, or boil it the classic way with lemon and herbs. Feeling fancy? Try it baked with cheese and garlic, butter poached, or tossed into a luxurious lobster pasta or lobster bisque. Even a simple lobster roll can steal the show. Nutritionally, lobster is a winner too. It's low in fat, high in protein, and packed with good stuff like vitamin B12, selenium, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acids. So, have you ever tried lobster? Welcome to a modern pork processing facility, where humane slaughter is the gold standard. First up, a vertical slice down the center of the pig's body, splitting it cleanly into two symmetrical halves. This opens the door to precision processing, where every cut has a purpose, and every gram is accounted for. Next, the legs and shoulders are removed, destined to become juicy hams, roasts, or sausage meat. Then, they cut the body down the middle, right along the backbone. This is where you'll find the best parts for bacon: the belly, the ribs, and the loin. It's this fatty, flavorful section that becomes the bacon you know and crave. Each cut is handled with surgical precision, because in a modern facility, every part has purpose, and nothing goes to waste. Next, we need to remove the ribs. Some facilities use high-pressure presses, while others rely on skilled hands to gently lift out the bones without tearing the meat, like unzipping flavor from the frame. Time for a trim. Modern machines carefully shape each belly, trimming skin, excess fat, and squaring the edges. Why? Because perfectly trimmed slabs cure better, slice easier, and look amazing in the pack. Each pork belly is flavored with a special mix of salt, sugar, and spices, the magic dust that gives every brand its unique taste. In many factories, machines inject a salty brine directly into the meat using fine needles. This helps the flavor spread evenly, all the way through. Now, it's off to the smokehouse. Inside, bellies are slowly smoked over real wood chips, applewood, hickory, maple. This is where raw pork belly becomes smoky, savory, mouth-watering bacon. But we're not done yet. After the sugar cane is then fed into massive industrial crushing machines, where the real extraction process begins. These crushers are equipped with a series of enormous, heavy-duty steel rollers designed to apply intense pressure on the thick, fibrous stalks. After the sugar cane passes through the smashing and shredding machines, the fibrous material moves on to the powerful roller presses. The juice extraction process is carefully organized into a multi-stage configuration to maximize yield. In the first stage, about 50 to 60% of the total juice is extracted. As the crushed cane moves through the following stages, the pressure is steadily increased, allowing the rollers to extract an additional 15 to 20% of juice. The byproduct fibrous material, or bagasse, is often used as biofuel to power the boilers in the next stage of the sugar production process. Beyond energy, it also utilized in the production of biodegradable packaging materials, or used as animal feed. After extraction, the raw cane juice contains many impurities and needs to be filtered and treated. After filtration, the cane juice is passed through a large boiler. This equipment consists of large heat exchange pipes, where the cane juice is boiled to kill bacteria and clean any remaining impurities. The juice extracted from sugarcane contains impurities and sediment, which are separated through a mud filtration process. This step helps recover more usable juice, while the leftover muddy residue, often called filter cake, doesn't go to waste. The next stage is evaporation, which aims to reduce the water content in the cane juice. This phase aims to concentrate the juice. Begins with the cane juice being pumped into these vessels, where it is subjected to low-pressure conditions. After the evaporation process, eventually reaching a sugar content of approximately 65%. Once the sugarcane juice has been evaporated into a thick syrup, the next crucial step is to extract the actual sugar crystals. These centrifuge machines spin at incredibly high speeds, creating a strong centrifugal force that separates the solid sugar crystals from the remaining molasses. As the syrup is fed into the centrifuge, the crystals are pushed outward and collected, while the liquid molasses is drained away. This process ensures the efficient separation of pure sugar crystals. After the sugar crystals are separated in the centrifuge, they're still slightly moist and clumped together. To fix this, the crystals are sent through a large rotating dryer. This machine gently tumbles the sugar while blowing warm air through it, helping to remove any remaining moisture and break up the clumps. The result? Dry, free-flowing sugar crystals that are ready for storing and packaging. Sugar is packaged in a variety of formats, each tailored to fit different needs and uses. Large industrial sacks, ranging from 25 kilograms to over a ton, are commonly used in factories, commercial kitchens, and for export. Medium-sized bags, usually between 1 to 5 kilograms, are the go-to option for households, ideal for everyday cooking and baking. Meanwhile, the mini-size sachets are perfect for cafes, restaurants, and on-the-go use. Sugarcane sugar is one of the most widely used sweeteners in the world. It's known for its clean, natural sweetness and rich flavor profile, forming the base for countless desserts, drinks, and sauces. On average, it takes about 1 to 3 years for unagi eels to grow to a harvest-ready size on farms. Harvesting them isn't a simple task. It requires skill and care. Farm workers use different tools like hand nets and specially designed eel traps to catch the mature eels gently, without causing stress or injury. After harvesting, the eels are sorted by size. Larger eels are often sent for processing, while medium-sized ones may be sold fresh, depending on market demand. Smaller eels, meanwhile, are usually kept or sold as breeding stock to other farms. Skilled staff begin by gently removing the slime from the eels using special tools that clean them thoroughly without damaging the delicate meat. Once cleaned, the eels are placed onto advanced automated machines that handle the filleting with speed and accuracy. Filleting eels requires great care, and the process is closely monitored through both high-tech imaging systems and human inspection to ensure top quality. Not surprisingly, Japan is the world's largest eel consumer. Their famous eel rice, or unadon, is a beloved dish that holds a special place in the hearts of many. The rich, smoky flavor of the grilled eel, combined with the sweet and savory sauce it's glazed with, creates a mouth-watering experience that's hard to resist. Eel meat is tender, sweet, and packed with nutrients, offering a rich source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. How about you? Have you tried eel before? Bacon, crispy, smoky, and absolutely irresistible. But have you ever stopped to wonder how that iconic strip ends up on your plate each morning? From futuristic farms to precision slicing machines, bacon's journey is more incredible than you might think. With Americans devouring over 1.5 billion pounds of it every year, enough to wrap around the planet, it's time to uncover the sizzling story behind this breakfast legend. Do you know that the world consumes over 4 million metric tons of bacon every year? The main ingredient for making bacon is pork belly. Bacon isn't just a modern breakfast icon, it's ancient. The Chinese were curing pork belly in 1500 BC, and the Romans had their own version called petasso, served with figs and wine. It all begins on high-tech pig farms, where pigs live in climate-controlled barns, dine on balanced nutrition, and get regular health checkups. Stress-free pigs, better meat. A single industrial farm with 10,000 sows can produce over 250,000 piglets each year, enough to start a bacon buffet for an entire city. Every year, the U.S. alone processes over 125 million pigs, and a large portion of that becomes bacon. That's enough to stretch bacon strips around the earth, several times. Once pigs hit their prime, around 100 to 130 kilograms, they're transported humanely to a cutting-edge facility, where the real bacon magic begins. Did you know that the global lobster market is worth over $6 billion a year? Or that a single lobster can sell for more than a luxury handbag in some countries? But behind every juicy lobster tail on your plate is a world you've probably never seen. Filled with underwater cages, late-night feedings, and incredibly skilled fishermen. In this video, we dive deep, literally, into the fascinating world of lobster farming and processing. Let's see how these ocean creatures are raised, cared for, harvested, and finally delivered fresh to your table. Get ready to have your mind blown about lobsters. Did you know these incredible creatures were once considered poor man's chicken, even fed to pigs and goats? And forget what you thought about their color. They're not naturally red. They can be green, yellow, or even a stunning blue, only turning that familiar crimson when cooked. Plus, they're quite the escape artists, able to swim both forward and backward, even scooting away in reverse when alarmed. Talk about surprising. These long-lived ocean dwellers can even reach up to 100 years old, sometimes growing to an astonishing 4 feet long. Lobster farming at sea? Oh yes, it's a real thing, and surprisingly popular in coastal areas where the waters are just right. In countries like Vietnam, Indonesia, and parts of Australia, you'll find bustling marine lobster farms, especially in sheltered bays with clean, warm waters. The two main styles of farming are pretty cool. You've got the classic wooden raft cages floating on the surface, and then there's the submersible net cages. Those hang below the surface like underwater apartments for lobsters to chill and grow. And let me tell you, picking the right baby lobsters is a big deal. Farmers carefully select strong, active young lobsters with no signs of disease or deformities, making sure there's a good mix of both sexes to boost growth and survival rates. Once chosen, these little clawed cuties are gently released into sea cages, either in floating wooden rafts or underwater net pens. After filleting, the eels are prepared for grilling. The eels are transferred to automated grilling lines designed to bring out the best flavor and texture. These machines ensure each eel is cooked evenly and to perfection. As the eels move through the line, they're gently basted and glazed, often multiple times, to create that signature, glossy finish and rich, savory flavor. Skilled workers oversee the entire process, fine-tuning the seasoning and smoke levels to maintain quality. Though much of the process is automated, chefs still guide the flavor with carefully timed basting, glazing, and smoking. Finally, the grilled eels are packaged with care to keep their juicy texture and rich aroma intact. Automated packaging systems help get the final product efficiently ready for delivery to stores, restaurants, and food lovers everywhere. Smoking, the slabs go through a gentle pressing process to form perfect blocks. Industrial scanners check for cracks, voids, or uneven textures, making sure only top-tier bacon moves forward. Then comes the magic moment, slicing. Ultra-sharp blades zip through each slab, slicing bacon thin, thick, or somewhere in between, depending on market demand. The slices are laid out precisely, like edible dominoes of joy, ready for their final stop. Before the bacon is packaged, each slab is weighed to ensure it meets the desired specifications, ensuring consistency in every package. Last but not least, packaging. The bacon strips are vacuum sealed to lock in freshness, labeled, chilled, and shipped. Some packs even have see-through windows so shoppers can admire the marbling before buying. In fact, over 1.5 billion pounds of bacon are consumed in the US alone each year. That's enough to fill more than 10,000 football fields if you laid the bacon out side by side. So the next time you hear that sizzle or smell that smoky aroma, remember, behind every slice of bacon is a high-tech journey from piglet to perfection. It's not just breakfast, it's a masterpiece. And honestly, it's bacon. What more do you need? Thank you, and see you next time. Today, we're heading straight into the fascinating world of sugarcane farming, where billions of tons of this vital crop are harvested every year to create one of the most widely used ingredients on the planet: sugar. In this video, you'll get a behind-the-scenes look at how massive sugarcane fields are harvested with the help of cutting-edge technology. We'll walk you through the high-powered machines that make the process fast, efficient, and truly impressive. So, buckle up! Taking center stage is the whole-stalk sugarcane harvester, a powerful specialized machine built to not only harvest sugarcane, but also slice the stalks into neat segments. With an impressive output of 20 to 30 tons per hour, this machine is a true workhorse. At the front, it features counter-rotating base cutters equipped with hardened steel blades that slice the stalks cleanly at ground level, fast and efficiently. Sometimes, before harvesting, farmers burn the sugarcane fields, a practice known as pre-harvest burning. This is done to remove the dry leaves and outer layers of the cane, making the harvesting process faster and cleaner. By burning the field, it also helps to reduce pests and make it easier for machines or workers to access the stalks. Once the harvesters have done their job, tons of freshly cut sugarcane are gathered and loaded onto large transport trucks. These trucks are ready to roll, quickly transporting the sugarcane straight to the sugar processing factories. When the sugarcane-loaded trucks arrive at the factory, they head straight to the receiving area, where powerful cranes or heavy-duty conveyor systems are installed. These automated cranes are designed to lift massive bundles of sugarcane, often weighing several tons, off the truck beds quickly and smoothly. Did you know that over 200 million eels are consumed worldwide every year? From the bustling markets of Japan to the factories in Asia, eel farming is a booming industry. But what goes into farming and harvesting these slippery creatures? In this video, we'll take you behind the scenes of amazing aquaculture eel farming, showing you how millions of eels are raised, processed, and prepared in state-of-the-art factories. Get ready for an eye-opening and mouth-watering journey. Thanks to a major breakthrough in 2010, Japan became the first country to successfully breed and raise eels entirely in captivity. This incredible achievement meant that wild eel populations no longer had to be heavily harvested, helping to protect their numbers in nature. Since then, eel farming has rapidly grown in popularity, with many farms now using semi-natural ponds, man-made tanks, or indoor aquaculture systems to raise eels sustainably. To prevent disease, farms follow strict quarantine protocols. Hatchery staff regularly check the young eels, or elvers, for any signs of stress or illness. Once healthy, they're moved into tanks that mimic their natural habitat, perfect for safe and healthy growth. As eels grow bigger, they can become more aggressive, even turning on smaller, weaker eels in the same tank. To prevent this kind of cannibalism and keep growth on track, eel farmers hold weekly grading sessions. During these sessions, the eels are sorted by size and then moved into separate tanks based on their group. Keeping similar-sized eels together helps ensure fair access to food and space. Unagi eels need a special diet to grow strong and healthy, and creating the perfect feed is a careful process. Hatchery staff mix fish meal, fish oil, vitamins, and minerals to make a balanced, nutritious formula made just for these eels. They also closely watch how the eels eat, adjusting the portion sizes and feeding schedule as needed. The eels are fed twice a day to make sure they get all the nutrients they need.